Well, namaste again, and welcome to another Sunday service here at the Holy Coptic Church of the Black Messiah. My name is Pastor Dr. Cleveland W. Genius III, also known as Ka-Hun, Anku, Sarah. We want to begin by simply saying Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers that are viewing this live stream here on Facebook, or those who may be listening or viewing this after the broadcast. And we want to say Happy Mother's Day to those who actually made it to historic Baytown on this warm Sunday morning. Namaste.
Namaste.
It simply means I bow to the divinity in you, and we say Shalom Reo.
Shalom Reo.
It simply means good morning or peaceful uprising. We want to, of course, encourage those who are watching to come to any of our Sunday services, any Sunday at 9 a.m. or any Wednesday at 7 p.m. We have our True Light Fellowship and Bible study. Today, we celebrate Mother's Day, and we do so in a way that hopefully reminds many of the mothers that may come across this message of their worth and their importance, or simply reminds them of their worth and their importance. Whereby today's sermon is entitled, Arise, Divine Feminine Mothers. Let's say that together. Arise, Divine Feminine Mothers. Now, why are we not just simply saying mothers? What is so special about these divine feminine mothers? Is there a difference between a mother and a divine feminine mother? What does it mean for a mother or anybody to arise? These are the things we're going to discuss today as we go through the original books of the Bible. We hope that you have something to write with or type on in order to take notes, because we are going to walk you through the scriptures, and we want to make sure that you are able to, again, share this information once the service has ended. And so we have our dear sister Claretta here, and she's going to be assisting us with reading periodically. So sis, I'll guide you as we move. I want to start today in one of our parchments called Genesis, the Rise of the Divine Feminine. Genesis, the Rise of the Divine Feminine. And this is one of the parchments that our Basesh, Hotep Tar, has made available to the Holy Coptic Church, and of course, even those who are not a part of the Holy Coptic Church. If you want to purchase this and any of our other books, we of course have them here at the Holy Coptic Church. But this particular parchment is obviously very relative today, being that it's Mother's Day, but it's also very relative in general, being that we are in a time where what we know as Ma'at, the age or the era of Ma'at, is upon us. Let's say that word together, Ma'at.
Ma'at.
And for those who are watching, yes, you are going to hear some new words today. And again, we're going to do our best to put them up on the screen or write them on the board. So let's write Ma'at for those who may not know what Ma'at is or how to spell it. Okay? Uh-oh, that one died. There we go. It's going to silent for me. Okay? So we say Ma'at. Say Ma'at.
Ma'at.
Say matter.
Matter.
Say ma.
Ma.
Say mother.
Mother.
So this Ma'at, this mother, this accountability, because when we say math, we're talking about this ability to grow things through the numbers. So we are growing through the numbers, and we may touch on that today, right? But one of the biggest problems we have in our communities today is we don't have self-worth. Okay? And the only way we can ever reestablish our self-worth as a country is to first establish self-worth as individuals, and more importantly, families. And at the cooked, or the core, or the center of all families is mother and father. And when we talk about this planet, Tar Earth, we recognize that this is a female planet. And so the mother is at the core or the cook of this planet and the families. Now, we don't say this to diminish the importance of the man and the home. That's not what this is. We're going to show you that there's a balance. There's an importance because a mother is a mother and a father is a father. But today is Mother's Day, so we're emphasizing the mother. I just want to make that point clear. Here's where we're going to start today. The question is, do most Nubian Melaninite females know who you really are as females? So before we even get to motherhood, femalehood, womanhood, do our women know who they are? And I'm not here standing up as a man saying let's beat up on women. That's not what Barsesh was doing in this parchment. We are simply sharing with you what the Most High Heavenly One has shared by way of our Barsesh, Hotep Tar, who is our head scribe. He answers by saying simply what? No. No. So, I'm not saying this. We are observing this. Let me just first ask, before I go any further, how many women in this Kanisa today would agree with that answer? That most women, most females just simply don't know who they really are. Just by show of hands. Alright, so we are in agreement, yes? Yes. Through the primordial African Eve or divine feminine were original female mothers born and titled what? Mommy, Mammary, Mommy, Mommy, Mom, Mother, Ma, Other. So we often hear this term mama or mother, and we don't stop long enough to understand, well, what does that even mean? The sad yet true reality is that most females, most especially the unconscious amongst the Nubian Melaninite family, have no idea who and what you really are as a female. We say this because unfortunately the state in which our Nubian female now finds herself is such that many amongst you actually believe you are merely your body. That's it. If you don't have your body, if you don't have that shape that you had in high school, you get depressed, and you're ready to just give up on life. It is rude to ask a woman her age. It is rude to ask a woman her weight. Why? Because most females, most women, as far as they're concerned, they are their body. You understand? And that has there's a lot of reasons why that is. You understand? But it goes on to say here in the Divine Feminine, the Rise of the Divine Feminine parchment, it says, and when that body begins to age, get out of shape, or has been overly abused sexually, you actually get overly emotional, whereby you start to lose your mind and sense of purpose and direction. You know, in today's society, you hear men crying as much, or I would say even more, than women when it comes to relationships. Now, we as men, definitely we got our issues. Don't get me wrong. We got plenty to work on as men. So I ain't trying to, by any stretch of the imagination, say women are worse. Right? Because we all got to get our act together. But I'm hearing so many stories of women asking their husbands for divorces. Why? Because they felt like they missed out on something in life. They feel as if they now have to go and live the life that they never had because they was too busy being married, too busy being a mother, and now they've lost their whole opportunity to go out there and be in the clubs and have this so-called life. Anybody else with me? Anybody else hearing these stories?
Come on.
Yes?
Yeah,
and who's doing that? What is doing that? What is adding more value to the woman in the club than the woman at home being a mother. If a woman decides in a stable home to have 4, 5, 6, 7 children, people frown at her. As if she is a burden on society. As if you asking them for money. That's the craziest part. But one thing Bassett said to us, you know, on this particular topic of we as Nubian Melaninites having 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12 children. First of all, that used to be the norm.
I'm on.
In this country, if you talk to many who are just a generation before us, you ask them, how many brothers and sisters you have? They say, I am one of 14. I am one of 12.
I'm on.
Even some of the ones who complaining about us having the children now, you ask them what number they are in their family. So if you're complaining about your mother. Right? But here's the sad part. In slavery, we couldn't have enough children.
I'm on.
In slavery, these same women that we frown upon for having children couldn't have enough children because the children represented worth and value to the slave master. Now all of a sudden that we supposedly have this freedom or this emancipation, our own children don't have value to us. Our own children now become a burden to us, but they were of value to the slave master. You see what's going on? And they weren't grooming our women to be mothers. They were grooming them to be baby-making machines. So now that we are in a day and time where a woman can be a mother in a stable home, why is the value on motherhood not where it should be? That's a very, very serious question we have to ask. Now, one of the things Basesh is saying in our parchment is, he said, you must be made to become stronger than that. You have to be stronger than just seeing your purpose and your value as your body. We're not saying don't take care of your body. We're not saying let yourself go. No, you should exercise. You should eat properly. You should garb yourself as a noble lady. Yes, you should do those things, but you should understand, hey, there's more to me than what you see. I'm on?
I'm on.
But if we fail, we as mothers, we as fathers, if we fail, then some amongst you will actually get to the point of declaring publicly your tiredness when it comes to fighting for global liberation of our people, all in the name of reclaiming your lost youth, whereby actually forgetting all you once stood for to the point of becoming tools which can be used to further enslave or subjugate future generations of our people. There are mothers out there who are tired of being mothers and their children are not raised.
I'm on.
You have to be stronger than that. You have to arise. There's a portion of you, Nubian Melanonite woman, that has the ability to rise above that mentality. Somebody decided that you didn't have a value as a mother, and that's why you're tired. In large part, a lot of that is our fault as men. A lot of us are not taking care of our responsibility. A lot of us are just having these children, not taking care of them, and that's why our women are tired. Because that's not what motherhood should be about. Motherhood shouldn't be having to do the responsibilities or deal with the responsibilities of the father as well. She should have the opportunity to be a mother. She shouldn't have to go and do all the things that we as men should be doing as well, and then still be a mother. That's why she's tired of being a mother. No? You got to go out here and fend and fight against the world, and then come home and be nurturing too? No. It shouldn't be that way. But we cannot get our country back in order if our homes are not in order, and our homes are not going to get back in order if our mothers are not back in order. Our mothers are not going to get back in order if our fathers are not back in order. You understand? But we are pleading to the divine feminine mothers, because there's a strength that you have that we men don't have. I don't just mean you can push a baby up. Trust me, that's amazing. I've watched it a couple times. Whoa. But that's not, because there are women who have not had babies, or may not have the ability to have babies, that still have that strength.
Come on.
You understand? And so we want it to be very clear that you have something that's a part of you that some of you may not be aware of. So he says, now let us speak to you of what else you don't know about yourselves as Nubian Melaninite females. Did you know that at one time you as Nubian Melaninite females were able to reproduce on your own? That sounds crazy. That sounds biblical, actually. But they say Mary was a virgin when she had Jesus. That sounds like a woman having a child on her own. Scientifically, it's called parthenogenesis. And before there were men on this planet, there were only women. I know that sounds hurtful to some men. That sounds blasphemous to some people who think that what they're reading here as the King James Version is the Bible. This is not the Bible. This is the King James Version of the Bible, not the original books of the Bible. You understand? We got to tell you the truth. For those who can handle the truth, they'll handle the truth. This is myth and folklore and fairy tale. You may not like it, but if you really don't like it, prove us wrong. We dare you. Do you realize that modern scientists have actually proven that you as Nubian Melaninite females were here first by way of their research into the mitochondria DNA? Let's say that word, please. Mitochondria.
Mitochondria.
DNA.
DNA.
Now, quick science lesson. The mitochondria is a portion of the cells in your body that acts as the power station. Anytime I'm teaching in high school, I always tell the students, the mitochondria is the BEC, better than BEC, so don't shut off, right? But the power station of that cell. And that power station has DNA. Yes? And so scientists have gone into research this mitochondria DNA, and it has been uncovered to have originated in Tamaray in ancient Africa. So all of the mitochondria DNA everywhere is coming out of Tamaray. It's coming out of ancient Africa. You understand? So it's very, very, very curious to the Holy Coptic Church and to all concerned why the Nubian Melaninite woman is at the bottom of the totem pole. Unless somebody's using you as a battery. Because they used you in slavery to push these babies up. Now what are they using you for? To run their businesses. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to work. I want to preface what I'm going to say because I don't want people to misinterpret what we're saying here. Yes? We as men, let me start here. We as men are supposed to ensure that our women have a place to utilize their energy.
Come on.
Let me say that again. We as men are supposed to, because according to the scriptures, this Adam was in the garden before this Eve. Why was this Adam in this garden before this Eve? There had to be a place prepared because once it was time to get the work done. See, I'm not saying that that is where the story started. Because in the original books of the Bible, you're going to see the reality of this being Akhet Aten. This being the place where Ankh Anaton resurrected so that our divine feminine females, our divine males could come together and produce divine children.
Come on.
But if you don't have something for her to do, she's going to find something to do. They are very resourceful, our women. And those who are of the Pale Arab Emirates, those who are of the Caucasian Anglos, those who are of the East Indian, etc., they know this, and they will use our women to our detriment.
Come on.
You go in any one of these multi-million-dollar making companies on this island, and you look at who's running it. Go to the food store and see who's handling the money. Go to these big warehouses and see who's doing the accounting and who actually running the place. Go to the hospital and see who's actually running the hospital.
Amen.
It is this divine feminine woman, but she does not have a culture and a society to build because we as men didn't give her one.
Come on.
That's our job. We're supposed to put it on the ground, and once we put it on the ground, they'll run with it. Trust me. That's what we're seeing here in the Holy Coptic Church. Amen?
Come on.
And so again, we're not saying, women, that you should quit your jobs. We're saying, as husbands and wives, it should be a team effort to get our real cell web, which is our mantra, our religion, our economics. See, we are at the point of economics in real cell web in order to produce labor. You understand? We have to work together in order for us to build our families again. See, because the respect comes back into play when a man can be a man. Because as men, y'all can love us as much as y'all want, but we don't need love. We need respect. If you really love me, respect me.
Come on.
But she ain't gonna respect you if you working for the same man she working for. You's the boy.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Come on.
Huh? When we see the lights coming, we say, who coming? The man coming. Huh? Because those are the enforcers for the people who actually run the society. So when you see the police guys, you know, the man coming. The man coming, hallelujah.
Boy.
Oh. The man coming, who here?
The boy.
You understand what's going on?
Come on.
Come on.
And so, this mitochondrial DNA now is something that's been researched and it's been found to originate in ancient Africa or Tamarin, being labeled today as mitochondrial Eve of Ethiopia, falsely called the bones of Lucy. Made a whole movie about it called Lucy. Shows this little white woman running around. That's craziness. That's crazy talk. The white woman is the origin of all women. That's just science. I don't care who don't like that. You don't like that, pick up a science book. Put down your hate and pick up some science.
Come on.
That don't make sense. You understand? And so I wanted to start there because if we don't understand, number one, that you as the divine feminine, you have this link, this mitochondrial DNA that represents a link that humanity needs to get to the Most High. And this is what the Greco-Roman churches and other religions that are fought against our Tamarian societies, our true religious identity, they understood this because our societies were matriarchal societies. Because this woman is the link to the heavens in our true religious identity. The woman. And so whoever controls the gates to heaven controls the word. Let me say that again. Whoever controls the gate. See, what do you need for a gate? The key. You got to talk about this key. What do they do to the key? And why is the key not working for us anymore? We walk around with a key that don't work. We running into a direction that ain't the direction we should be going in. Yes? And so, Sister Claretta, let's move to Psalms. Because I want to show you. You could use this one right here. Psalm 74. I'll put it up on the screen. 22 and 23. Right? Give me a second. Let me pull it up because I want us to be appreciative of the fact that here in the scriptures, everything we're saying this morning, I don't have the time to show you how the woman has been demonized in what we call in the Bible today. You know, we all know it's her fault being in the garden now.
Yeah.
And that's the first original sin is because of a woman. Come on. That's craziness. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Psalm, what I said? 74.
4,
Psalm 74.
20.
We can go to verse 22. Alright? Alright, Sister Loretta.
Arise, O God, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily.
Okay, stop. Arise, O God. Now, the first thing they did was they put God there. We know that God ain't there. Right? We're going to look at the word arise in a second, but I want to make a point before we even get there. This word God in the Hebrew is the word Elohim. And I want to show you something. It also means goddess. So when we say arise divine feminine, the scriptures, this is scriptural. This ain't us trying to create some new religion or some philosophy. It's in the scriptures. Arise, O goddess. This word arise is the word kum. Say kum. And it means to rise or to stand up. To become powerful. To come on the scene. Oh, that's a song, eh? Come on the scene. Like a what? Gotta get on the scene. Validate yourself. Huh? How do you validate yourself? Picking up your true religious identity. It says to be persistent, to be set, to be fixed. Why is it saying to be set, to be fixed? Because this is what we're asking now for our divine feminine mothers. Let's show you what else the scripture says. Let's go to Proverbs 1. Mr. Glenn, you can stay right there in Psalms. Okay? Because I want us to see something here in relationship again to the mother. You know, because it doesn't make sense us running around here saying Happy Mother's Day and we don't respect our mothers. It really doesn't make sense. Alright? Proverbs 1, we want to get to verse 8. Okay? Because this is a very powerful verse in relationship to the family. Okay? It says, my son, hear the what? Instruction of thy father, and do what? Forsake not the what?
The law.
The law of thy mother. See, this word arise, as we were looking at earlier, means to be set, to be in place, to be immovable, to be incorruptible. You understand? And it says here in the scriptures that the mother, the law is the mother. Which woman we know represents the law? Ma'at. Ma'at, balance. Because it says here, let's look at this word, Lord, they probably have the word Torah. Yes, Torah. A law, a direction, an instruction. The Tuareg. The Tuareg. Tua means that you're in agreement with Re. The Most High Heavenly One and Re. Yes? And so the mother who represented what in our true religious identity? The tribal what? Tribal leaders. Mother represent the tribal leaders. So what you mean? You trying to say women are leading men? Men represent tribal rulership. There are no leaders without rulers. See, because what does the ruler do? The ruler exacts and enforces
The
the
law.
law. See, the man. The man, the ruler. See? But the law that's being enforced in this day society is the law of Leviathan, the sin law. And what did Leviathan come here to do? Leviathan came here to disturb the establishment and the order and the foundation of what the Most High put in place. This is why men can dress like women and women can dress like men. And 2 men can get married, 2 women can get married. And you can't ask a woman why she is dressing like a man, because as far as she's concerned, who are you to even say anything to me? And you can't ask a man why he dressing like a woman, because again, you know, this is my life, this is my body, this is my freedom. No, it's not. You got to give it back.
Come on.
It's not yours. It's been lent to you.
Come on.
And what makes you divine, you Nubian Melaninite mothers, is the fact that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience.
Amon.
You're not merely a human, as they would say. That's not what the scriptures teach us. Yes? Let's finish Psalms and then we're going to go into the original books of the Bible. Right? Let's pull it back up. Alright? Verse 23.
Forget not the voice of thine enemies, the tumult of those that rise up against thee. Increase it continually.
So, a demand is being made. Both on men and women. With being at his Mother's Day, he's really focusing on the divine feminine mother. Right? Says you got to plead your own cause. You can't wait for the world to celebrate you. You got to plead your own cause. Now, if you're not living up to the... First of all, if you don't have standards, then hey. It is what it is. So first you got to have some standards. You got to have some principles. Yeah? Then you got to live up to those principles. And you got to demand that people respect those principles. You as the woman. See, because there's this idea in today's world that even when a man and a woman are together, that the man and the woman, like, they can still advertise. Like, let me say it this way. Let's say you rent an apartment, right? Before you rented the apartment, there was a for rent sign up, right? So that let you know that that apartment was available. So you call the number on the for rent sign, found out if the price was right. The price was right. Boom, you rent it, yes? Now what if they didn't move the for rent sign?
That means it's still available.
People can keep calling, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when you decide you're going to get in a relationship, why you keep the for rent sign on? You know what the for rent sign is? The short skirt. Huh? The
And then midriff.
midriff out. See, that's the for rent sign.
Available.
Or for sale. I mean, how you going to look at it? You know, I'm not advocating it in any way, but I'm just saying I understand the woman trying to make sure she get a man who can help her. I get it. But do you want to keep him? You know? And we men, we just as crazy because we just go buy them the clothes. There's your for rent sign for us to go out in, huh? Right? You got to plead your own cause, woman. You got to dress the way you want to be addressed. Yes? And it says to remember how the foolish man reproaches thee daily. Don't forget that. Daily you're disrespected as a woman. Because you're a woman. And most importantly, because you're a black woman. See, being black is already tough. Now you out being a woman on top of that? Woo.
Fire.
That's a serious situation. Then it tells you to not forget the voice of your enemies. See, if you're going to rise up, there's some things you got to be aware of. This society does not want you to succeed. It only wants you to be in a position to help it to succeed. That's why in many instances a woman is given more chances than a man in this society. Because if she's secure financially, then he ain't the man. Let me give you an example. Right? Let me show you what women do and men do. Right? You get a job, right? When you get that job, they can tell you what time to be there. They can tell you what to wear. They can tell you when you can eat and when you can leave. You know what you do? You follow instructions. You get there at a certain time, you sign your name, you sit where they tell you to sit, you do what they tell you to do. You don't leave until they tell you you can leave. Then when you get home, see the man who you say you love, the woman who you say you love, ask you to do something, get out of here. I'm tired. It's a waking man, as a waking woman, man, I don't need to handle, I don't need no stress. You would never talk to your boss like that.
Come on.
I don't care how tired you are.
Come on.
No, you go to work sick. No, you don't want them to know you're sick. Just a little something. Huh? As soon as you get home, I don't talk to me right now. A headache, long day,
And I said,
and I sick. Broadcast that at home, but not at work. Why? That's the man. That's the man. You understand? And who propping up that man? The woman. You are propping him up. Right? I'm not knocking the woman, mind you. Because a woman got to do what a woman got to do. Because any woman will tell you, I love to wait for my husband. Or with my husband. But if he ain't got nothing for me to do,
what do you want?
this children got to eat. He got to eat too. I know I stepping on everybody's toes today. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to rise above this. You understand? And so, as we bring it home then, right? I want us to look in the original book to the Bible because it's going to show us something here about where the divine feminine, where were you and why, you know, when you see these Shabbatis, these reminders of who our divine feminine mothers were. Why? See, there's a woman, see, look at she's black.
Nope.
A woman who can put rings on her arm. Right? And this beautiful crown. See, look, she's black. Yeah, look. You can see her.
She looks like a superhero to me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's where they get the superhero from. You can see her, brother. You can say, oi, sexy, sweet. You can do that to her. You ain't doing that to her. See, put the wings on, see? It's strapped on. Woman who can put these type of wings on, she ain't blank. And her clothes tight. And tell her clothes tight. No, I ain't eating it because she was showing me, this woman. More pin up around this one. You understand? This is pleading your cause, woman. This is pleading your cause, mother. Stand up and allow your true religious identity to protect you. That's what it does for you. Yes? In the original books of the Bible, Sister Loretta, we're on page 30. And we're going to read at verse 2 of page 30, original books of the Bible, book 1, the book of the creation, and before, because let us understand how and why we say you are the backbone of our societies. You have to understand this, my sisters. Go ahead.
Fear not humanity.
Fear not. Go ahead.
From the beginnings of humanity's self-awareness, many amongst your species have gazed towards the celestial heavens, wondering what wonders lay among them.
So, as a people, we had to become aware. And as we became aware, we studied the stars. We studied our environment. Amun? Continue.
As such, our angelic knowledge of the mysteries of the cosmos and our ability to actually explore and move within and throughout the vastness of space will increase that which you have come to believe in as members of humanity, causing many amongst you to accept religious myths and blind faith.
So because we did not have a full appreciation of our surroundings and our environment, then we began to accept myths and blind faith. This is why I'm saying to those who may be upset, the King James Version of what is being called the Bible today is an extension of, or a culmination of, these myths and the blind faith. Continue.
You must come to understand that your soul,
your ba, go ahead.
the emotional you, or the emotional aspects of your DNA, is about to embark upon a journey through time and space within existence.
So, here in the original books of the Bible, this reality that's being brought forth in this day and time carries your soul through a journey. And that journey, what's one of the first places they're going to take you on this journey? Our guardian angelic host, Gabriel. What's the first place they take us on this journey? Let's continue.
Through a time not yet encountered by the beast-minded members of humanity.
So the beast-minded members of humanity, see, they could afford to tell you this ain't real because they never experienced it. You could afford to tell me I'm crazy for talking about 25,000 years ago. You didn't exist 25,000 years ago. That's why I'm crazy. It's like my children, when I show them stuff in books, and they say, well, where's me in the book? You wasn't born yet. You wasn't nowhere around. You was a thought. You weren't even a thought. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same thing with the beast-minded. They weren't around, so that's why this don't apply to them. Continue.
And the original goddess-minded Nubian Melaninite female members of humanity, called human beings, the daughters of the guardian descendants, Nitiru.
So, these daughters are the first that are mentioned because they're saying that we go back much further than what you call the humanity today. Our stories go much, much further, even before this planet existed. Yes? But the first relationship to even us as men that's mentioned in this original books of the Bible is this female guardian, or the daughters of the guardian descendants, the daughters of the Nataru Elohim, who they call God in the King James. Why are they the first? Because this is a female, this is a feminine planet. Right? I don't have time to get into the science of it today. Right? Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We'd be happy to explain it. Let's continue.
These original goddess-minded human beings take their name from Hu, the creative force or source of will, and Mim, also called Mami, representing the female guardian angels of birth, which is another title that came to be attributed to the wisest goddess-minded alchemy of each respective generation. This title they were given is Kabawes, meaning Lady of the Rib, as they held the secrets of that which is contained within the bone marrow, produced in the sternum or breastbone of the ribs, which was and is still the key to mitochondria DNA. Okay, let's stop for a second. Alright, so there's a lot there. This name, Hu-Mim, let's all say that, Hu-Mim, is again talking about who the creative source or force. The creative source is again you, the mother. Because you're the law. You're the source. See, because when we talk about this chromosome, okay, ideally, the female is what? XX. Yes? And the reason why you're being called a source is because XY comes from one of the legs of the X being broken to get XY. So she's the source. You understand? We all have come from the woman. None of us came out of the man. So no, but you don't understand. Ka-Hun, I saw on TV where the man, I was a woman who decided she was a man and then got confused and got pregnant. Sure. We'll talk to Oprah. Yeah, she likes stuff like that. Right?
But they say that these women are called the Kabawes, the lady of the rib. Sound familiar? Sharing these words with you. Kabawes, the lady on the cable, the lady of the rib. Right? And what's the importance of this lady of the rib? Let's read right underneath that line right there. They held what? The secrets
of that which is contained within the bone marrow produced in the sternum of the ribs.
So these women were scientists. You women, you are the scientists, you know. Let me explain to you right now why the women are the scientists. You have two places in your house that are laboratories, more than two, the two main ones. The bathroom has become a laboratory, so we gotta keep that clean. Shouldn't be, right?
Kitchen.
The kitchen, and if you have it, a wash house, a washroom. That's where the women operate.
Daily.
Daily. Yes?
Yes.
They deal with the sciences on a daily basis, whether it's cooking or cleaning. I'm not saying men don't do it. I wash too. I cook too, but not like my wife.
Because it's a science.
It's a science. Not just bringing it home because people automatically think, oh no, well, I don't know too many female doctors. Yeah, but you go into the cafeteria and all them women lying off feeding you though.
Yeah.
Go see who running super wash.
They wash your person to clean you.
Right?
24/7.
Even the ones on the radios, women tell you that, right? So they understood these secrets. And this again is talking about the value that you as women have. You understand some things we as men don't understand, or you understand some things in a different way than we as men understand. Yes? Let's continue, Sister Loretta. I want you to start from Kabawa. Kabawes was a title. Right after that line.
Okay. Kabawes was a title first held by Mother
Lunette.
Nunet, Mother Nut on root, Mother Aset, and then eventually Mother Ninti, and even Miriam, mother of Yeshua, that are all years or Nekibas, tribal years of their respective generations. Thus they became known as those who gave birth to mortals, simply mothers of all living. This time frame also precedes the graftation of the human being, whereby Hu is the creative force or source of will, and main comes from the Latin, where it means spirits of the dead.
Okay, so these mothers, these mitochondrial Eves, because again, the secret that they held linked to mitochondrial DNA. This is why in the book of Genesis 3 and 15, it talks about the woman seed. That's where seed is zera in the Hebrew and sperma in the Greek. Listen, but women don't have a seed. Yes, they do. It's called a mitochondrial DNA.
Come on.
This is why in Genesis 2 and 24 it says, therefore shall a man leave his mother and his father and cleave unto his wife. Don't mean you're supposed to become a punk. That's not what it means. Let me clutch your bag for you. No! Stop it! Be a man. That's not what it's saying. It's saying when the woman and the man come together, all of the children that you produce are only going to have her mitochondrial DNA.
Come on.
Cleaving unto her. You understand? Everybody in here has the mitochondrial DNA of their mother. And that's how we traced genetics in our mitochondrial or our matriarchal societies. But now how do we trace it? Through the father, through the name.
Daddy and your daddy and your daddy don't know.
That's even more confusing. Right? The point is this. We in this society have devalued the woman.
Come on.
You understand? See, now she must carry the name of her husband. Again, I'm not knocking anybody who does it. You understand? I'm just trying to show you how the system has worked in such a way to cause us to do things that at the end of the day, even if it goes against ourselves, it makes sense in society. See, because when I ask people, what was Adam's last name? What was Eve's last name? What's Moses' last name?
That's all
What's
it is.
Abraham last name? What's Sarah last name?
Mm.
What's Hagar last name? What's Mary last name?
Ah.
What's Jesus' last name?
Christ.
And then that,
I was waiting for that.
right? Which really wasn't, right? But the point I'm making is this whole idea of having a last name again is something to devalue you, the woman, to devalue us. Many, your last name is just the last name that was given to you. You understand? And so we end today in the book of Revelation, the Eastern Jail, because I wanted to show you in the original books of the Bible that the woman really started this thing off on this plan. You understand? So why is she at the bottom of the totem pole today? So let's look at the Eastern Jail. And for those who have it, I think you're on page 115. Verse 56, yes? All right. So, Sister Coretta, let's read.
With every fleeting moment, change, the one constant within existence, is occurring. So be aware that you too are a part of this ever-constant event.
Got to be a part of the change. Yes, this message sounds different. That's because this is a message that is a part of the change. And if you're not a part of this change, you're going to fall by the wayside like everything else that's not changing. You understand? Let's continue.
The scribe disciple Taha Ka-Hun, the possessor of the double Osarian transient spirit, was for a sixth time instructed by
Melchizedek.
Michael, a living latter-day incarnation of Tahuti Michael, to inscribe a message unto the angelic guardian, which was assigned over the original Nubian Melaninite colonists, which were taken captive, kidnapped, and eventually sold into slavery by the branch of the Pale Arab Emirates that did rule as Indo-Aryans out of the symbolic land of Philadelphia.
So let's stop for a second. So, Yohanan, who is called John in the Bible today, in the King James Version, is being given scriptures to give to his people. This is why I don't understand, for people who say they understand the Bible, how you could hold up the King James Version, right? But you, in the King James Version, reading how John was giving scriptures to people who had been kidnapped. So shouldn't you now be getting the scripture? Don't tell me, no, this is the word of God, nobody can tamper it. Because in the word of God, it says, if you take anything out, something gonna happen. If you add anything, so it don't mean something can be taken out and something can be added in.
Come on.
So a scripture is being given to people who have been kidnapped, just like a scripture is being given to you today, the original books of the Bible. Yes? Let's continue.
As such, those who seek true faith shall be allowed to see the one on the throne who, as a descendant of the original sacrificial shepherd Asaru, shall be allowed to be associated with truthful realities, as Asaru and all those of his line were crowned with ma'at feathers of truth and justice on their heads, bearing the words of the Holy One, the True One. Holy
One, True One. The crown of ma'at feathers. The crown of our mother. Because in this church is our mother, the Holy Coptic Church. Let's continue.
Let Gabriel speak, wherein he shall say, thus says the Messiah, Yeshua Karas.
So let's stop. So Gabriel is speaking, and he is saying, let me tell you now what Yeshua is saying. The Karas consciousness. That, or he, or she, who's at the head of the Karas consciousness. He in this day and time. Right? Continue.
He that is of the seed of Seti Dawood, wherein he does speak forth by way of Melchizedek Michael, a living latter-day incarnation of Tahuti Michael. We are the holy and true ones, whereby we are given the Master's key, the Anku.
Okay, stop for a second now. So we are the holy and true ones, and we're given what?
The Master's key.
So whoever controls the gates to heaven rules the world. But if you think heaven is further than the furthest star, and you right here on earth disrespecting heaven, the woman, and not understanding what the key is, then you're going to be controlled. See the key there? The young. And what does this top part of the young represent? The womb. The woman. They took this from us. They took this from us. They call this pagan. They call this Illuminati. They call this all Obeah, black magic. Right? Black, what kind of magic is supposed to be doing? You got you so confused, you think vanilla white. Vanilla beans are black.
Hello.
See how they got us backwards? So this is the key. This male and this female coming together. Yes? We're given the master's key, the Ankh. What does it say?
The Ankh, in its many sacred forms, to pass unto those amongst humanity that are worthy to hold it in their hands, as a sign of the authority and power they shall possess to open the 7 great seals of all the greater and lesser mysteries of the celestial heavens and terrestrial earth.
So this ain't no jokey key. This key is going to allow for those who are what? Worthy to hold it. So this is why we're saying you got to rise. Because it ain't going to be put in any woman's hand just because she's a woman. Not all women are divine feminine. Stupid is everywhere.
Yep.
I ain't apologizing for saying that. Stupid is everywhere.
Come on.
Just because you're a woman don't make you divine feminine. Don't come around here saying, and I'm like, look at you. I might not say that, I look at you. You may not be. Based on your actions.
Leave your own.
Yes? Go ahead, sis.
Therefore, O humanity, those of the genetic line of the Messiah, Yeshua Karas, shall be the first to resurrect, renew, reform, and revive atonism.
Stop. Who is going to revive atonism? Those who are of the bloodline of Yeshua. You busy looking for someone coming out of the sky. But here it is, these women are giving birth to the children that are of the bloodline of Yeshua, who is going to help you to resurrect, renew, and reform and revive atonism. The divine feminine.
See, it's right here.
Yes, you're here. Yes. You understand? But you got to know that and you got to value that. If you don't have any value in that, then you're not going to stand up.
Come on.
See, our biggest thing is we don't value the problem. If you don't value the problem, then you don't value the solution.
Come on.
If you don't know what's causing the problem, let me say it another way, then you won't ever appreciate what the solution is. Some people don't even know we're in a problem. Harriet Tubman was saying, let's go ahead and take you north now. We can be free. He's already free, Harriet. I can't leave the master to tend to all of these chores on his own. Huh? Like, let's go. It's his chores. And that's exactly what we do in this society today. We say, come on, let's build our own. Let's do for ourselves. We say, I'm coming right after work. That's what we saying. Coming right after work. I can liberate myself right after work.
That is so true.
So, all right,
That would be.
go to work.
I got an extended schedule today.
Overtime. Let's continue, sis.
All members of humanity in varying degrees of genetic potency shall be able to partake of the 9 cryptic rites, which shall place humanity back on the straight and narrow path of true faith.
So the first to resurrect are going to be those who are of the bloodline. But then all others will have that opportunity to partake of the 9 cryptic rites. Continue.
At that latter day, no mortal monotheist shall be able to suppress the true faith of atonism any longer.
They can no longer tell us that what we're talking about is lies and paganism and all the stuff that they call you. Do they ever come in here and say it? No. And I'm not asking for a debate. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying even the people who so sure what we as Atonis Karasnians are doing is wrong won't come in here and say it's wrong. Even if they come in here, they don't say it's wrong in here. Because we offer the platform for you to come in here and ask us questions. And anybody who lying don't want you to ask them questions. Right, man?
Come on.
Where you coming from? Did you watch the game today? We don't want our women asking us questions. If we in up front, right? You know the divine feminine. She gonna ask. Right? Let's continue.
For surely the true teachings of the Messiah Yeshua Christ shall represent the final say. Thus know always that we are fully aware of all the inner workings of your inner and outer self, inclusive of your misdeeds.
All right? So originally is how that verse read in the King James Version. It was simply, unto the angel of the church in Philadelphia, write these things, saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. Fairy tales. That ain't helping nobody, because nobody knows what that means. Right? Shakespeare fairy tale. Right? So we end today by saying what? The divine feminine mothers amongst us. This is your opportunity. See, crisis represents opportunity. And you see that there's a need for an example of motherhood, of noble womanhood, etc., etc. This is your opportunity to stand up and be that example. So you don't have to go around preaching to people, you know. That's not what the divine feminine is all about. Divine feminine is, say it again, my sister.
Example.
Example. See, all you got to do is be you. Because those sisters who are you, they can see it and they can understand this is what I should be doing. Now, you got to encourage them to have the strength to do it. Because the woman has been beaten down for so long. Oh my Lord, y'all are the strongest. Y'all are the strongest on this planet. Bar none, black woman. Come on? Y'all are the strongest on this planet. And that's why the devil is after you. Because if the devil can break you, then the family is going to be broken. If the family is broken, then the community is going to be broken. If the community is broken, then the country is broken. If the country is broken, then the world is broken. So you got a lot on your shoulders, women. And we are here to help you. We, as those of us who are the Gene Nassarian, are here to assist the Gene ISIS. Because it's important for you to be divine mothers in order to bring forth these divine children. Because these children is who's going to help to resurrect atonism. Because we don't even know what we're looking for because we're so blinded in our minds. We need our brains washed and we think that's a bad thing. And so my sisters, we want you to know that we encourage you on this Mother's Day. We love you as our mothers, as our sisters, daughters, aunties, etc., etc. And I want you as the divine feminine mothers to hold us accountable. I want you all to make sure that we are assisting you to get back on the throne, the asset. Because that's when you are an asset, is when you're on the throne. That's what the word means, asset. That's the Miriam. When you're back on your throne, then we can get back on our throne. You understand? So that's our job, man. Help her get back on her throne. She's been beaten down for too long. And it's now our time to protect her and make sure that she can just be the woman that she wants to be. She shouldn't have to be out there fighting and fending and fighting our battles. That we say Amun.
Amun.
Master.
Namaste.